Good evening, friends, followers, channel members. Stream number 2 today. Yeah, well, why not? This time, though, we're back in the Fenix, the Fenix A320, and given the recent update to France, we thought we'd do an all-France affair tonight. And strangely enough, we've also got quite a bit of VATSIM ATC around in France tonight, which doesn't happen very often, so it's fantastic to see that that is lit up tonight. Fingers crossed we'll have a good experience with the full wall-to-wall coverage. That would be nice. It's rare, but who knows, it just might happen. So welcome on board, everybody. I'm not going to spend too long with the time on the ground. We do need to get going tonight. So welcome if you are just checking in for your flight. Hey to George, Liana. I'm not sure many would agree with the inferior plane comment there, Liana. Hey Danny, hey Pedro, Ryan back home for this one, fantastic. Ryan Overend's here as well. The Legend Dark Fury, hope you're doing well. Pack Andrew, good evening. Christian Starmer's there, 2411. Barry Bartson also on board tonight. Relic, good evening. Chris Hogg, good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. And Brian Dyer is here too. Hey, Dave Loxley, Air Canada Aviator. Hello, Anna. Good to see you back again. Hey, Q. Alexander, Mr. Trey, Jude, and Arish as well. Fantastic. Welcome to our Twitch viewers as well. Hey, Tripwide. Hope you're doing well. Let's kick off then, shall we? Operational flight plan pinned into the chat if you are watching on YouTube. Let's have a look at our operational flight plan. Here it is. So, nothing too difficult really about our flight tonight. Fingers crossed. I always say that. But yeah, we've just got over 14 tons of payload. Takeoff weight's fine. It's below max landing weight. We're underloaded by nearly 3 ton. Looking to land with about 60 ton. Maybe a bit of extra fuel on board once we've gone through it a little bit more. Renz is the alternate tonight. Don't pick me up on my French pronunciation, by the way. I am awful. Flying in Spain, no problem. France, nah, no idea. AB1AV, good evening. Flight level 350, Alpine 328 Lima is the call sign. Shear rate looks fine. Expecting a runway 15 departure, and then the runway 21 approach into Nantes tonight, which is the beautiful RNAV approach, and it also means it's an offset approach as well. So we get to do a bit of hand flying, which is great. Plug fuel is about 5.5 tons. Hey Lemon Wolf, thanks for the follow on Twitch. So that's good fun. What's CNR? CNR is 1.9 tons. Just checking the grid more. There's no terrain between here and our destination, is there? No. And looking at the weather, we've got all the 9s as well, so no real reason why we shouldn't be able to get in. Just check nothing daft's going to happen in the next couple of hours. What's the date today? It's the 20th. So if anything, the winds are going to become less and less. Winds may become variable, which might mean a runway change, so we don't get the 2-1 approach. But there we go. The 2-1 approach brings us very close over the city, and I don't think the French like it, so they don't like noise in France. Destination alternate, that looks fine as well. So happy with all of that, all of the alternates looking mighty fine. That's our flight route. Few CBs around as we head towards and descend through to our destination, so we'll be careful with that. Might have to avoid some. But yeah, realistically, a pretty straightforward flight. Just check there's nothing daft in the NOTAMs. So that's just runway closed overnight. Basically, looks like the aerodrome's closed. What we're doing tonight, following SIDs are suspended. We're not using either of those, so that's fine. Looks like nothing there that's going to cause us any issues. Taxiway Charlie Centre lines unserviceable. Well, we can read through these as we're en route, can't we, for the arrival. So what fuel we're going to take? Not very much extra. We've got 5-6, so we'll take just a little bit more for those CVs and anti-ice coming on. Maybe a bit of weather deviation moving around those. So I think 5.9 should be a good shout. Not quite 6 tons. I can't justify that, but yeah, 5.9 ton is a good way to go. Pedro, my sim brief passengers are set to auto. Yes. So there we go. Right. Let's have a look and see what we've got tonight. Where's my Navigraph charts? My beautiful new Navigraph charts as well. There we are. So see if there's anything in here that we need to check out. We're parked at stand 12, departing runway 15, so we're going to go out on Sierra, Bravo, and then a couple of options for us for the departure. Hotel, Golf. We'll see what's in the database. Golf would be nice. It's a really long runway, so short of the taxi, that would be much better for us. So we can tell ATC that we don't need full length tonight. Ryan E, hey mate, it says plenty of frequent fly points today. Great work, mate. Superb content as per usual. Thank you, Ryan, for your support over the last 16 months of channel membership. That is awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Anna, on the Easy Flight plan, you can't see how many passengers you've got. They just work it on one payload. So yeah, but obviously in the Phoenix you get the passenger numbers through on your load sheet. Right, so nothing daft with the taxis, pretty straightforward there. Let's have a look at the planned standard instrument departure. Here it is. So we've got the Bravo Lima Mike VOR, which will pop in the AdNav page as we go. So straight out, need to overfly 515. And then we begin that turn at 1,900 feet, but not before 515. And we've got some speed constraints as well. So max speed constraint is what departure we're on? 7 Tango. So max speed is 220. So we'll have to just keep an eye on that, see what our speeds are, our characteristic speeds, and adjust accordingly. And then we're off to Morocco. Okay, that's pretty straightforward then. Nothing else I think we need to have a look at. Climb clearance is 7,000, and we've got MSI 4.1 and then 6.4. So I might just put in the box as well, 9 miles around here. So we've got that just on the navigation display, just for our own situational awareness. Right, should we go to our aircraft? Here it is, looking rather beautiful this evening. Let's jump on board and we'll get set up. What a gorgeous sunset! Awesome time of day to fly this in the sim. Okay, we can probably start letting passengers on board as well, to be honest, because we need to get them sorted, and we'll start setting up. Aircraft is in its turnaround state. We've got a company message, so I'm guessing the final load sheet's through as well. So that's brilliant. Okay then, so let's GSX our passengers, and we'll tell them we can get boarding.
Cabin crew refueling is underway and the bags are starting to get loaded, so let's open the doors and allow our passengers on board. Thank you.
Okay, no problem.
Alright, so aircraft's in its turnaround state, so we'll just double check this. The packs are off, the fuel pumps are off, we've got the nav logo lights on. Spoilers, flaps, they're off. Squawking 2000, acupressure's in the green. Fantastic. Let's grab the current ATIS then. So 127875.
Passengers bus is coming.
Zero UTC. Landing runway 15. Takeoff 15. Expected approach. Expected departure 7 Sierra. Transition level 50. Wind 120 degrees, 7 knots. Clouds cover. Moderate shower rain. Temperature 2.20. QNH 1013. Confirm on initial contact that you have received information Foxtrot.
Okay, I think we got everything we needed out of that. It did say there was rain in that ATIS, and actually if you look out, you can, I did see it a little bit earlier on when we were setting up, yeah, there's a little band of rain as well there, so nice to see that that's been thrown in and realistic. So, QNH 1013, we've got that set on there. Guard frequency is on, let's make sure that's monitored. Just checking everything else is how it should be. 1013, get the constraints on initial climb flight level 70, that's set now on the FCU. I can hear the passengers arriving already. Okay, let's set up the box. He did say though that the 7 Sierra departures were going to be used today. Interestingly enough, as is a 7 Tango that we've got, so I am just going to contact ATC first, and then we will We'll see what they give us. So where's my flight plan? Let's just get that back up. And what are we doing? 1216 is ground frequency. Basel ground, good evening, Alpine 328 Lima, Taipei 320, stand 12, requesting IFR clearance as filed to Nantes, and we have information Foxtrot.
Alpine 328 Lima, Basel ground, good evening. Information Foxtrot is correct. Runway 15 clear to Nantes via Morocco 7 Tango departure. Initial climb 7,000 feet and squawk 1,000.
Expect runway 15 departure, Morocco 7 Tango, initial climb 7,000 and squawk 1,000 for Alpine 328 Lima.
Alpine 328 Lima, read the correct. Startup approved. QNH 1013, report when ready for push.
Roger, we'll report ready. Thank you, Alpine 328 Lima. Awesome. Now, obviously, I can't be 100% certain, but that sounded like a female ATC, which we do not get enough of on the VATSIM network. So, if that is indeed the case, fantastic. Right, that's confirmed everything that I've got basically on the flight plan. So, we're happy to well, let's go and pop all that in the box then. So, 1 hour 20 minutes our flight time. Data IRS is 3 nav green, aircraft status. That's right. That's right. So, init request. Let's get that done. Tinsley2169 on Twitch thought you were going to miss the flight. Glad you haven't. Right, Alpine, what is it? Alpine 328 Lima, cost index is 4 as per usual. Temperature is 25 degrees. It's been a bit chilly in the UK today for the first time in a while. Tropo is 40194. Grab the winds as well. And clear the scratch pad out. There we go. RS in it. No variations in those, so happy with that. That'll be the same as our parking stand, I'm certain of that. So back to our init page, and we're going flight level 350 where the temperature is minus 52. Okay, flight plan. Departure off runway 15, Morocco 7 Tango. There it is. And then the arrival at the other end is going to be RN, oh, it's not an RMP actually, it's an RNAV 21. And that's coming in on Lugdon 1 Delta. We get the scenic arrival if that is going to be the case today. Look at 1 Delta, and that comes in via Laroc, I believe. That's it. Operational flight plan has got a distance of 438. I've got 443 there, so there's a slight difference. That may just account for the departure track. Let's just go through and make sure it looks right. So yeah, that looks fine. And then let's just cycle through. Yep. That's all okay. Looks like what we expect on the flight route. And the difference between RMP and RNAV, basically RNAV and RMP are the same thing, but RMP is they can place the waypoint tracks closer to terrain, if you like. The aircraft is self-monitoring, and it means that you can fly much more complex procedures. That's the easy answer. Right, it's just starting to get a bit dark. Let's just turn the integrated lighting up. Right, so that's done. Our RadNav page, we're going to go and pop in Bravo Lima Mike. Hard tune that. Right, in it B, have we got our load sheet? Let's have a look. Indeed we do. French not on strike tonight then. Although technically we're not in France, are we? We're very close. Let's check. Our zero fuel weight is 58.2. CFG is 31.3. Fuel for the alternate. Let's call that a ton, which has been very conservative. And we're going to ask the refuelers to pop in 5.9 tons of fuel. It wants 5.5. So that's going to give us a takeoff weight of 63.9 tons, so we're below max landing weight, and the extra fuel gives us about 30 minutes extra thinking time. So that's great. And planned takeoff CFG of 29.9. Matthew, if a VOR was in an op, do you know how you could prevent the McDo from tuning it for position updating? Yes, but that's not working in the sim, Matthew, sadly. You can't deselect nav aids in this. Or at least you couldn't when it was released. Okay, so let's have a look at our performance data for takeoff. So it is indeed dry. Well, is it dry? They did say that there was some rain knocking about. I mean, it looks pretty dry to me. Should we go with wet figures just in case? I mean, it might rain between now and then. There are showers scattered about, so we might as well plan for it. Runway 15. Let's go with wet figures. No need to force toggle. Anti-ice and packs will be off. That takeoff weight of 63.9 on the CFG's plan 29.9, and I just grab the live weather. Right, in section data, hotel is the one that we're looking to take. Then it's the shortest one that's in the flight bag. So 128, 140, 142. Clean is 213. That's good news. Flex 67 and flaps 1. Okay, let's pop it in. So, V1, 128, 140, 142, flaps 1, and flex 67. Let's have a look at the thrust reduction and acceleration values then. So we've got 1864, 1864 and 1864. Now I just want to check something because I thought I'd seen. So where is that? There's a note there for the Morok 7 Tango. Right, here it is. So climb to 3890 as quickly as possible. Jets to hold V2 plus 10, or that enabled by altitude according to aircraft type up to 3,900 feet. Use flaps in takeoff configuration above, adhere to regular climb speed, and use flap retraction. Right, so basically we're looking at a noise abatement 1 departure, aren't we? Just wants us to get up as quick as. So in that case, what we're going to do is thrust reduction can remain the same, 1864, but acceleration is altitude is going to be 3890. So let's pop that in 1864, that's fine, and then 3890 to get ourselves up. Engine out, acceleration is 1864. That's fine, that was already in. Lovely. Now, with that speed restriction as well, we might as well pre-select clean speed, which is 213. I mean, actually, it wanted us to use flaps, didn't it? Use flaps in takeoff configuration. Alright, well in that case then we'll pre-select S speed. They really don't like noise, do they? So 190. There we go. Right, secondary flight plan. Copy the active. Let's have a look at the engine out procedure. Non-standard, Bravo Lima Mike, 7 miles, it's a right turn to Altic. Okay, so we'll create a waypoint, Bravo Lima Mike, 7 miles. The bearing is 152, 7 miles. So that's place bearing distance. After that, it's a right turn to Altic. Where we will take up the hold. Inbound course is 092, and what turn is it? Right turn. There we are. And if that is indeed the case, then what we need to do is come back here. And that'll be landing on runway 15 as well, won't it? Now, I believe the ILS approach runway 15, whilst we don't need a star, one of the V's I think is Altic, which ties things up quite nicely. There we go. So that looks like a bit of a mess, but actually it's straight out. That's 7 miles, then a right turn, enter the hold, and then we've got the arrival all set back in. Lovely. So we're happy with the secondary flight plan. That's all done. Hercules42, thank you for the little raid as well on Twitch. Really do appreciate that. And Sambino, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Right, box is all set up. We just really need to crack on, do the brief, and then we can get out of here, can't we?
Hi, yeah, we're just about set up here, so we're happy for you to close the doors once everyone's on board, and we'll get going. Thank you.
Okay, we are almost finished. He will let you know as soon as everyone is on board. It should only be a few more minutes.
So whilst the last few people get on board, then let's do our departure brief. So starting with the weather, winds 120 at 7. It's cab okay. There's rain around. QNH is 1013. That's not really anything to write home about. That's pretty standard and fine. Just be aware we might get a rain shower. Clean our aircraft though, that'd be nice. And then once we're en route, weather is fine en route, and then just as we're coming in to our destination, there may be a few CBs, which we've seen isolated in better cumulo nimbus clouds. We saw that on the Sigma chart, so we can fly around those if we need to. Other than that, once we actually get to Nantes, the weather's fine. Aircraft type is A320. The only thing in the tech log is the weather radar, sadly. No NOTAMs for the departure, and threats to be aware of. Well, we've obviously got the start of the Alps, haven't we? So we've got. It's not actually shown on this here. It's probably more likely to be shown on the arrival page. Hang on a minute. Let's check this out. Yeah, so we can see there's got terrain just the northeast. We've also got a bit more terrain down here to the south, which we're going to be basically departing towards. Hence the non-standard engine out procedure. And we've got a bit of terrain over there, but that really shouldn't get in our way. So yeah, just be careful of that. And our MSA, as we said, is 4,100 feet. 9 miles around the Bravo Lima Mike, so it's probably worth as well, just for our own sort of situational awareness in a place like this, popping in the Bravo Lima Mike VOR and popping a 9-mile radius around that, so we can see that is where the MSA is 4,001. Outside of that, on the route that we're going to fly, it's 6,400. Okay. And Huggins42 going to stay with us to learn a few things. Well, hopefully you'll enjoy the flight as well. Okay, that's all done. Let's chat about the how we expect to do the push and how I'm going to fly the departure. So we're going to push over from stand 12. We'll taxi out where ATC tells us to, but I expect Bravo. We can take hotel for departure. So with that, I'm going to get both engines started. It's a nice straightforward taxi. It's not too busy as well either tonight. So we're going for an intersection departure. No single engine taxi. The departure itself then is straight out, and once passing 1,900 feet, but not before 515, we then can make that right-hand turn. There is a speed constraint there of 205 knots, but I'm not going to be too worried about that because that's very, very close to our departure out. And then what we are going to do, as per the information given up here, we're doing a noise abatement 1 departure. So we are going to hold S speed until we get to 3,900 feet. Then we'll start to push to accelerate away. We've also got a max speed constraint there of 220 knots until Basel 600 just here. So what we can do is just make a note of what our clean speed was, which was 213. So that means that once we retract the flags, start to clean up, I still want to pull speed 213 because we're going to be pre-selected at 190, which is S speed, until we pass this this waypoint here. To be honest, we may be getting close to getting above 4,000 feet by the time we get there, in which case after that we can accelerate away, but just be mindful of that constraint there as well. So the first turn will be to the right, as I say, it's nowhere to be 1 departure, transition levels 5,000, and I think that is pretty much it. Let's just go through the box, check everything that we've briefed is in. So departure 15, Moro 7 Tango, we've got the Bravo Lima Mike VOR in the box. Flight level 350 is going to be fine for us tonight, that's planned, that's also optimum, so even better. The speed's 128, VR 140, V2 142, clean is 213, flaps 1, transition altitude 7,000, thrust reduction is 1864 with the acceleration 3890 as per the charts, flaps 1 and flexing today of 67. Takeoff weight is 63.9. and our secondary flight plan set to the engine out procedure. Quickly discussing that. So engine out procedure is non-standard, so straight out, and then once we have reached 7 mile Bravo Lima, we make that right hand turn to Altic holding point. Only then, once we've made that right hand turn, can we level off and clean up to accelerate away. Okay, I think we're all done. Let's get that APU started and then we can think about getting out of here. I think that final load sheet's come through as well, which is great.
Hello Gavin, everyone is on board and doors have been closed. You will get someone to bring you a drink once we have taken off.
Thank you.
So let's check that final load sheet, see if there's any difference between that and if we need to reevaluate our takeoff performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. My name is Gavin and I would like to welcome you on board this Easyjet aircraft. We expect a good flight with you today with no weather problems showing in front of us, so we should be pushing back within the next few minutes or so. For now, the ground crew have now finished loading the last of the baggage into the aircraft, so if you could get yourself seated and secured, then we can make sure we can depart on time. The cabin crew will shortly be providing their safety demonstration video, so it would be appreciated if you could give them your full attention. A special welcome on board to our Easyjet Sim Pilot members, and if you wish to inquire about becoming a member, please contact a member of the cabin crew. All our Easyjet Sim Pilot members are of course entitled to free drinks throughout the flight. Thanks very much, and we'll give you an update once we're airborne.
A couple of strange liveries there. We've got a Fenix livery, and I have no idea what that's meant to be. But there's an Air France in the background, so that's nice. Okay, great stuff. APU is up and running, so let's get the external power disconnected. I'll tell the ground handlers they can remove the GPU, can remove the chocks and cones, and yeah, we're about ready to push. So we'll get the ground crew into position. Cockpit preparation checklist. So, aircraft acceptance has been completed. The fuel quantity is 5.9 tons, checked and balanced. Seatbelt signs are on. It is got 3.5 grain, and the BARF QNH 1013 is set, cross-checked, and we've got 800 feet. Hercules 42, the runway, we've only got a V1 because we used wet figures, because there were some rain showers around earlier, so there we are, basically. It's runway could. I've worked on it being a slightly slippier runway than it perhaps actually is.
Cabin crew, we're about ready to push back, so if you can found the door there and cross-check. Thank you.
Okay, we'll get back on frequency then. Oh, 1216. Tower's also online as well.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Passing ground, Alpine 328 Lima, stand 12. We're ready for push and start.
Alpine 328 Lima, pushback approved, back into park position Foxtrot 6.
Pushback approved into Foxtrot 6 for Alpine 328 Lima.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pas incertain.
Beacon light on, transponder on, acupressure's good. And the before start checklist. So parking brake is on, takeoff data has been confirmed, windows are closed, EFB is on flight mode, doors are closed and armed, beacon light is on.
Fenix 057 ready for taxi.
Phoenix 057, taxi to intersection hotel, runway 15, via Mike 2 and Bravo.
Right, where's it want us to go?
Taxi
Fox
to
5. Sorry,
by
Fox
Mike
6.
2 and Bravo. Phoenix 057.
Where on earth is Fox 6? I've not got that on the chart.
Intersection hotel.
Confirmed, affirm, but intersection hotel, Phoenix 057.
Oh, okay. So we've got Foxtrot 6 is there. Let me just check what they want us to do, whether they want us to face or whether to push back straight. Alpine 328 Lima, could you just confirm for our pushback? Would you like a straight push or would you like us to face west?
Whatever you want, you can push back straight on, or you can face west.
Roger, thank you. I think it's going to be easy for us if we can face west. Thank you, Alpine 328 Lima.
Alpine 328 Lima, copied.
Right, let's continue that pushback then. And tail to the right.
Looking gear.
Hey Sambino, quick question about arming the approach mode. When is it best to press that button? When established on the localizer? Usually when you're cleared for the approach and you're on a nice intercept angle is probably the best time to do that.
Release parking brakes, please.
Okay, parking brakes released.
Starting push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
Noticeable steering is disconnected. Let's get the timer started. Engine mode selected to ignition and starting engine 1.
Lufthansa 784, hello, request clearance to Budapest.
Wow, there's how to step in on somebody.
Lufthansa 784, Basel ground, good evening. Information Golf is current. Runway 15 Budapest via LBAC 7 Sierra departure. Initial climb 7,000 feet and squawk 1,000.
Lufthansa 784, squawk 1000, ignition climb
Parking brake set.
runway 15 LBAC 7 Sierra.
Hey Colin, hey Danny, good to see you guys.
Lufthansa 784, is that correct? Startup approved, QNH 1013.
Startup approved, QNH 1013.
Tower frequencies now tuned. Engine 1's stable, starting engine 2.
Hotel Bravo Whiskey Zulu Bravo, Basel ground, radio 5.
Air France 1604, we are ready to taxi.
Air France 1604, taxi to holding point runway 15 via Mike 1 and Bravo.
Taxi to holding point runway 15 via Mike 1 and Bravo, Air France 1604, thank you.
Ground Hotel Bravo Kilo Charlie Bravo, back Gakpa via 423 confirmation goal request taxi.
Where is she?
Hotel Charlie, Bravo, taxi to intersection Foxtrot, runway 15 via
There she is.
Alpha
Oh, look at the
Delta
moon.
Foxtrot.
What an awesome picture that is. Hey Paul, good evening. That is a great skyline, Colin Evans, isn't it?
Bar ground, Hotel Bravo, Victor Zulu Bravo. Full runway line.
So please wait, we have big airplanes taxiing on Bravo. I call you back.
Number 2's happy. So engine mode flex is back to normal, APU bleeds now off, anti-ice not required, APU off. Spoilers, rudder, flaps and trim. And the after start checklist. Anti-ice is off, ECAM status is checked, pitch trim is 28.4, rudder is
Tower
neutral.
118.3. Goodbye, have a nice flight and thanks for flying.
Over to Tower now, 118.3, thanks for your service tonight, Phoenix 057.
Oh, sounds like some unhappy passengers on Dark's flight tonight. Flight control check, full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, rudder, full right, rudder, full left, and neutral. Camera and flight time is about 1 hour 20 minutes. Ground Alpine 328 Lima is ready for taxi and we can depart via hotel.
Alpine 328 Lima, taxi to intersection Hotel, runway 15 via Sierra 3 and Bravo.
Sierra 3 and Bravo to Holding Point Hotel for runway 15, Alpine 328 Lima. So straight to the end and turn right. Doesn't come much easier than that taxi instruction wise, does it? Right, so quick pets check, no change to our performance, no LMCs that have resulted in a change to our takeoff performance calculations. We've got wet figures from hotel, it hasn't rained but never mind. Engine out procedure is non-standard. Once we are 7 miles from the Bravo Lima Mike VOR, it's a right hand turn to the Arctic hold, where we'll get good and safe at so we probably need to get, actually I didn't check that, we needed to probably get good and safe at 7,000 feet, yes. Yeah, 7,000 feet due to the MSA terrain. We are VMC tonight, so might choose a different altitude based on the situation if we have lost that engine. The departure is Mirok 7 Tango, straight out and then a turn after passing 1,900 feet, but not before the 515 overflight waypoint. It's a noise abatement 1 departure for us tonight. We are pre-selected to fly at S speed. Once reaching 4,000 feet or 3,900 feet, we can clean up, but there's a speed constraint still, so we'll hold clean speed, which is 213, and our initial climb is 7,000.
Taxi to gate 26 via aircraft type Rolling 5 Bravo.
Air France 1604, contact tower 118.3. Goodbye, have a nice flight and
taxi
thanks for
checklist
flying.
then. Flight controls have been checked. Flap setting is config 1. FMA, climb no blue 152 7000 blue. Radar predicted winch is on. ECAM will take off no blue and our EFB is stowed
And to all
and
stations,
disconnected.
ground is closing now as mentioned. For further ATC, contact France on 128.3. Goodbye everyone and have a nice evening.
128.3.
Bye bye, have a nice evening. Thanks a lot.
128.3. We're not contacting tower.
Dankeschön, der ist schön, over.
I'm going to move over to tower frequency actually, whilst they're still
So
there.
Basel Tower, good evening.
Barry Barton, that is amazing support. Thank you so much for your 10 Easyjet Sim Pilot channel memberships, and Barry supported the channel so much. Even though I've called this an all France affair and we're Not actually in
Thank
France,
you,
but
bye-bye.
thank you, Barry. Thank you for forgiving me as well. What awesome support. Welcome to MG King, GL, Mike, Lewis, Johnny, Lee JC, Sam, ATC Swede, and Ben. Guys, amazing stuff. You are all now channel members courtesy of Barry Bartson, who is quickly approaching legend status on the channel. Dark needs to watch his back. Thank you, Barry. Very, very generous. And, of course, channel member as well.
Basel, Hotel Bravo, Whiskey Zulu Bravo, radio check.
Right, I
CQ5, Hotel Charlie Bravo.
think Tower may have just gone on. Has Tower just gone
Basel
offline?
Tower just closed. He invites us to switch on 128.3 with RAF radar, France 160, bye bye.
Right, 128.3 it is then.
128.3, bye bye, thanks. Hotel Zulu Bravo.
Jonas, I've not had a chance to download that just yet. Bet this is going to be a busy frequency.
Pour le départ runway 15.
Raves Control, good evening. Alpine 328 Lima is with you on Bravo at Basel, approaching in section hotel for departure, runway 15.
Air Française 04, Reims Contrôle, bonjour. De Bravo, alignez-vous piste 15, vent 140 degrés, 4 nœuds, autorisé décollage.
Absolutely no idea what you're
Décollage
saying.
piste 15, Française 04, merci.
Alpine 328 Lima, Reims Contrôle, bonsoir. Report when ready at Bravo.
Roger, we'll go Alpine 328 Lima.
Canadian 587, traffic information at your 11 o'clock. Airbus 320, 1,000 feet below, going from left to
Skentius,
right.
I'm using the Thrustmaster TCA Captain's Pack with their side stick as well.
Scandinavian 507, we have the traffic in sight.
Right, there's
Control,
hotel.
good evening, Fenix 057, Mark 7, Tango departure, climbing 7,000. Fenix 057, Reims Control, bonjour, climb flight level 140, identified. Climb flight level 140, Phoenix 057.
Reims, good evening, 2Jet 56 Alpha Delta, passing flight level 186 for 240.
2Jet 56 Alpha Delta, Reims Control, bonjour, climb flight level 320.
Climb flight level 320, 2Jet 56 Alpha Delta.
And Alpine 328 Lima is ready at intersection hotel runway 15 at Basel.
Alpine 328 Lima from Bravo, line up runway 15 and wait.
Line up and wait at runway 15, Alpine 328 Lima.
Tarmac
Okay, approach
014,
paths clear, let's get the lights on.
identifié, vous pouvez procéder direct Roland-Pont.
On procède direct Roland-Pont, Tarmac 014.
Romantic mood lighting. So the lineup checklist, cabin is secure, takeoff runway is runway 15 via hotel, TCAS area, packs 1 and 2 are off.
Air Française 04, identifié, montée niveau unité 80.
On monte unité 80, Air Française 04.
Phoenix 057, climb flight level 270. Climb flight level 270, Phoenix 057. Air France 81 Golf Tango, you are leaving my airspace. Monitor Unicom 122.8. Have a nice flight, au revoir.
Unicom 122.8, FS 81 Golf Tango, you stay good, goodbye.
Air France 91 Juliette Mike, Reims Control, bonjour. Montée niveau 310, direct Bégard.
That's better.
Alpine 328 Lima, wind 140 degrees, 4 knots, runway 15, clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 15, Alpine 328 Lima. Okay, let's go. Take off. Start the chrono. 50% in 1 sec.
Flight 4163.
To jet 47 Bravo Kilo, Reims Control, bonjour. Climb flight level 340.
Stable, set takeoff thrust. Man flex SRS runway.
340, merci, to jet 40 Romeo.
And to jet 47 Bravo Kilo, correction, flight level 320.
Flight level 320, to jet 40 Bravo Kilo.
Breath control, Ryanair 8 Echo Zulu with you, 34,000 feet.
Ryanair 8 Echo Zulu, Reims Control, bonjour.
Check.
Proceed direct Russie.
Direct to OC.
V1.
Easy 291, contact
Rotate.
Swiss Radar 134.6, have a nice flight, au revoir.
Nav, gear up.
Easy 291, contact Swiss Radar 134.6, have a nice flight, au revoir.
Contact Swiss radar 134.75. It's the normal, thank you.
(1,900 feet). Autopilot on. Thrust climb SRS.
Air Française 04, direct négatif. Maintenez votre route. Scandinavian 587, you are leaving my airspace. Monitor Unicom 122.8. Have a nice flight, au revoir.
Over to Unicom 1228 for Scandinavian 587. Thank you, au revoir.
So we're about to reach
Alpine
acceleration
328
altitude.
Lima identified. Climb flight level 140.
Climb flight level 140, Alpine 328 Lima. Thrust climb, climb.
Luxair 378 requesting descent.
Luxair 378, descent flight level 140.
Descent flight level 140, Luxair 378.
Open climb 140 blue.
And Luxair 378, expect flight level 90 at Akelu.
Expecting flight level 900.
And that speed constraint ends
Akelu,
at
Luxair
SB 600,
378.
which we are 1.5 miles away, so I think we're just going to be able to clean up and accelerate away.
Easy 85 Bravo, descent flight level 190.
Flight level 190, Easy 8.
Gulam, have a good flight, mate. Saw the Air France flight depart. Excellent.
And Easy 85 Bravo, contact
So,
Swiss Radar
manage the speed.
134.6, have a nice
S
landing,
speed,
over.
flaps 0, spoils to sound.
134.6, thank you, Easy 85 Bravo.
Ding the cabin crew. Spoilers, flaps, gear, lights.
Tarmac 014, montée niveau 110.
On monte au 110, tarmac 014, merci.
And hopefully we'll just have sort of like a dusk approach. as we get there. Depends how quick that sun sets. Cedric, on average, what's your FPS on the ground versus in the air with FSLTL and no FSLTL? I don't use their injector, I just use VATSIM traffic, so it all varies depending on how busy that is. Stubby, which do I prefer, tea or coffee? Definitely tea. I love the smell of coffee, I'm just not a coffee lover.
Echo Zulu, confirm you stay flight level 340 and not flight level 360?
I was aiming for 360, last instruction from previous controller instructed 340.
Okay, Runner 8, Echo Zulu, you want to stay there or to climb flight level 360?
I'd like to climb 360, thanks.
Runner 8, Echo Zulu, climb flight level 360.
Okay, 10,000 feet.
360, Ryanair 8 Echo Zulu.
Airport's on the EFIS, clear out the radnav. 350 is fine.
Alpine 328 Lima, climb flight level 300.
Climb flight level 300, Alpine 328 Lima. 300 blue.
White 926.
Right, flying through a bit of cloud. Temperature, however, is still nice and warm, so we don't need to worry about the ice.
Bonsoir and bonjour. It was just an update on how we're on up here at flight level 180. We're looking to continue.
Annie Songo, let's see, that is so British. I know.
Wait. Another 30 minutes away if possible.
Hercules 42, why set the cost index to 0? So that is an airline standard operating procedure. They don't all do that. The standard operating procedures I follow do, so it does get you up to cruising altitude a little bit quicker.
Proceed direct to Cassax and 30 minutes, possible.
After the direct Cassax, you can go again for 30 minutes and stay on Unicom 122.8. Have a nice flight, over.
Copy. Do you want us to continue to monitor this frequency and then we'll go?
You can.
Copy, we'll monitor this frequency and then we'll move to 122.8 in about 30 minutes, thank you.
Easyjet 56 Alpha Delta, descend flight level 280.
Descend flight level 280 to Easyjet 56 Alpha Delta.
Mesdames et messieurs, le capitaine a éteint le signal de ceinture de sécurité. Les toilettes sont maintenant disponibles et vous êtes libre.
Easyjet 56 Alpha Delta, direct Tinil.
Nous recommandons toutefois de
Direct Tinil for 56 Alpha Delta.
C'est en cas de turbulence inattendue.
Fenix A320, contact Paris 128.1, have a nice flight, over.
128.1, thanks for service, Fenix A320.
So, just having a look at our flight route to see if any directs would sort of help us out tonight. It might do a little bit. It depends how quickly we can get sort of pulled into Nantes and what approach they're going to use.
Easyjet 47 Bravo Kilo, stop climb flight level 280.
Stop climb level 280, Easyjet 47 Bravo Kilo.
Lufthansa 784, gas control, bonjour.
Sambino, how do I feel about the fly-by-wire VNAV? I would still always do your own mental calculations just to ensure that you're happy with what it's saying. But then I do that in this aircraft anyway as well, so basically VNAV's great, but back it up with your own calculations, I think. Hercules 42 need to read up on the details of the cost index and, well, yeah, that'll put you to sleep.
Easyjet 56 Alpha Delta, contact Paris 128.1, have a nice flight, over.
128.1 to Easyjet 56 Alpha Delta, good night.
I'm going to open a can of worms here now. So Mad says, gotta love the Brits and their tea. Paul coming in on the conversation as well. But who here, if you make a cup of tea, puts the milk in first? I've seen people do this. Put the milk in first.
Control, good evening.
It's just a big no-no for me.
76, flight level 340.
Beeline 3676, gas control, bonjour, direct Pekin.
Direct Pekin, Beeline 3676.
Easyjet 47 Bravo Kilo, direct Tinil.
Direct Tinil, Easyjet 47 Bravo Kilo, confirm flight level 280 will be our final level.
Easyjet 47 Bravo Kilo, yes. Paris Control asked me to keep you at flight level 280.
Venus Gamer Star, if your mouse is bugged and you can't click anything, make sure you haven't clicked anything in the tablet. So if you try to enter information into the tablet, it locks everything out. You'll need to click on the tablet somewhere to unlock it.
Easyjet 47 Bravo Kilo, contact Paris 128.1, have a nice landing, over.
128.1, bonne chance to Easyjet 47 Bravo Kilo, over.
Thank you.
Control, bonsoir, Transavia 85 November, flight level 320, about 3 a.m.
Transavia 85 November, RAS Control, bonsoir, direct
So,
Aduto.
plenty people saying, no, milk first is bad. I agree. You can't put milk in first when making a cup of tea. But I also don't like it when people put milk in the tea and the tea bag's still there.
Climb flight level 350.
Climb flight level 350, Alpine 328 Lima. So I've got to get rid of the tea bag before I add the milk. 350 blue.
809.
Air France 194, RAS Control, bonsoir, direct Viking.
Direct Viking.
Oh, Venus Gaming Sat. Well, if you're in a PMDG, maybe. I've no idea, I'm afraid.
Level 220 at Viking, report 2040 cent.
Manic Mine, absolutely not. Leanna, bag out first. Danny, I know coffee's better than tea. I know that, and I still drink tea. Because I don't like coffee. Maybe I need to force myself to like coffee. I need to start.
Air France 04, passez votre message.
Mon dernier point, c'est Roland-Pont, donc...
Lemon says, stop it. Thought it was going to be a nice, pleasant stream. Milking with the tea bag still in. No, no, no. I'm with you. I'm with you.
04, mon erreur. Donc, correction, c'est Roland-Pont.
And it's on, see, yeah, I'll leave my tea bag in for ages.
Merci bien.
I like my tea strong enough to be able to stand my spoon up in. Lenny Brooks says fancies a cup of tea now. Chinook, hello from Auckland, New Zealand. Good morning, sir. Hope you're well. And got a good day planned. That's amazing. It's Wednesday for you. It's Tuesday night for us.
Turn left, heading 020 for sequencing.
Leanne says, coffee's an acquired taste for the first few, but then you're hooked. That'll be the caffeine. The drug.
Air France 1914, expect flight level 220 at Viking, report 2040 cent.
That for Air France 1914.
Alpine 328 Lima, contact Paris 128.1, have a nice flight, over.
128.1, thank you for the service, Alpine 328 Lima. Good night.
Good evening, KLM 71 Quebec with you, inbound Seoul Cell.
KLM 71 Quebec, RAS Control, bonsoir, direct.
Paris Centre, good evening, Alpine 328 Lima, passing flight level 267 for flight level 350, and we're inbound Pendu.
KLM 92, contactez Marseille 124 650, au revoir.
Contactons Marseille 124 650, KLM 92, merci, au revoir.
Easy 28 Hotel November, confirm you can reach Lusail steady at flight level 230, please.
Apologies, 230, yeah, we'll do our best. We may miss it there.
Yep, that's why I asked you twice, but it's not an issue. If you would like to orbit, let me know.
Venus Game Star, I have got no help with the 737, I'm afraid.
Alpine 328 Lima Paris, bonsoir, identified, continue climb 350 and direct cycle.
Continue climb flight level 350, and could we just get the spelling of the direct waypoint, please?
A firm, Sierra India Quebec, Lima Echo, cycle.
And direct to Cycle for Alpine 328 Lima, thank you.
Easy 28 Hotel November, Swiss radar will take you, frequency 134.6. They just asked for your best rate of descent. See you.
Cycle, there we go.
6 Easy 28 Hotel November, apologies for that, have a good night.
You too.
I've never had iced tea. It doesn't work well with me. Alk 240, good evening. Hope you're all doing well.
France 1604, roulant pour 9 whisky pour la 26 droite.
Chinook, you are more than welcome for the FSU RPC video.
Roulant pour 9 whisky pour la 26 droite, on maintient le...
Hopefully it's improved and helped your simming experience.
France 1604, correction sur la piste, 26 gauche.
26 gauche pour la piste, France 1604.
Paris Control, Jonas 7, approaching waypoint Mopar.
07, contact 121-150, goodbye.
121-150, bye-bye, Jonas.
Right, 5,000 feet to go, then we'll be at the top of
contact London,
our climb.
129-45.
129-45, Finnair 2505, thank you for your service, so long.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to commence service of hot drink and alcoholic beverage. Please assist us by ensuring your traitable or down and bag are stored away. Our drink menu can be found in the pocket in front of you.
Mads, have I ever tasted Danish? Tasted it? I can't even pronounce it.
Air France 1964, Paris, bonsoir, descend flight level 220.
Descended flight level 220, France 1914.
Ascot 252, according to a document, the Easyjet cost index is 12. I'm not sure which document that is, Ascot, but I can promise you that's incorrect. Easyjet have never been that high.
Paris Control, B-line 3676, descending to flight level 280, with you.
B-line 3676, descend flight level 220.
Mads, more bread. That's it. I need things putting in phonetically for me.
And reduce speed to 300 knots. B-line 3676.
Air France 1914, same for you on conversion, speed 300.
INOT Panda, Easyjet cost index, it used to be 6 or 8, it's now usually 4.
Air France 1914, same for you on conversion, speed 300.
On conversion speed 300, we're doing that now, Air France 1914.
Merci, monsieur.
Paris, good evening, Ryanair 39 Charlie, passing to 10, climbing 190.
Ryanair 39 Charlie, hello, climb flight level 290.
Climb flight level 290, Ryanair 39 Charlie.
Baguette 2676, bonsoir, au niveau 260.
French Baguette 2676, Paris, bonsoir, V19
So,
whisky, 27 droite.
Elliot, you make tea correctly, but you bite straight into a four-finger Kit Kat. No. No. That's just wrong.
La convenance unité 30 pour stable dévie, French Baguette 2676.
L240, what's on conversion mean? So it means if you're descending and you're using max speed for your speed, once you get down to around, it's usually anywhere between 250 270, you start using knots, your indicated airspeed. So once you've reached the conversion speed, you use knots and hold that rather than the max speed. Obviously, max speed increases as you go down.
Descend to 0 and mark speed 0.82 with beeline 660.
Negative 280 knots.
Easyjet Wes, hello.
280
Great name.
Beeline 660.
Tomjet 4, Romeo radio check. Visibility 5, Tomjet. Okay. Phoenix 57, contact border 1251, goodbye.
1251, thanks for service, Phoenix 057.
That'll be our next frequency, I'm guessing.
93, direct Mokip.
Direct Mokip, merci beaucoup. Voloté à 493.
Et voloté à 1493, montée niveau 350, niveau final.
C'est noté 350, niveau final, voloté à 1493.
Air France 1604, maintenez vitesse 280 nœuds, descendez niveau 110, stable Urelo.
On maintient la vitesse 280 nœuds, on descend niveau 110, stable Urelo, à France 1604. Merci.
Easyjet 56 Alpha Delta, descend flight level 110 to reach Urelo, keep 280 knots.
Descend flight level 110 and Urelo 280 knots. Easy cushion, Easyjet 56 Alpha Delta.
Easyjet 47 Bravo Kilo, same for you, descend flight level 110 to reach Urelo, keep 280 knots.
Maintain 280 knots, Eastern flight 110 to be level by Urelo. Correction 288, 47 Bravo Kilo.
Tom Jet 4 Zulu Romeo, contact Brest, frequency 125.3, goodbye.
Over to Brest 125.3.
So I'm just scooting through the NOTAMs for Nantes.
Beeline 3676, expedite your descent, give me 2,500 feet per minute or greater,
Don't
please.
think there's anything on there that we need to worry about.
Descend to rate 2,500.
Right, there we go, flight level 350. Cruise reached.
Or greater, please.
Cycle the SD pages. Then we'll do a fuel check.
Beeline 3668 with you.
Beeline 3660, hello, bonsoir, identified, make your speed 250 knots, descend level 220.
Descend 220, Beeline 3660.
So please make sure that they are out of the view of any items you may have, and I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. A reminder that our Easyjet SIM pilot members are able to take advantage of free drinks throughout the duration of the flight. Thank you, and we shall have an update for you shortly.
Okay, we're coming up a beam Nusif, I think that is. Okay, so what fuel should we have?
I say 456 by bonsoir, identified.
So we took 5.9 tons, plug fuel was 5.5, that's a difference of 400 kilogram. Add the 200 kilogram contingency and that's...
Alpine 328 Lima, descend, flight level 330.
Descend flight level 330, Alpine 328 Lima. Thrust idle, open descent, and 330 blue.
Air France 19014, contact 131.1, bye-bye.
So, just back to the fuel check, we should have 600 kilograms extra in the tank at Nusif.
Contact Brussels 131.1, goodbye.
Contact Brussels on 131.1, Beeline 3676, goodbye, ciao.
Air France 19014,
so
contact
3.5 plus 0.6 is 4.1. What have we got? 4.18.
France 195.
Perfect. Fuel's fine.
19014, contact Brussels 1311, bye bye.
Huggers 42, yeah, so the Mac changes to speed on the FCU at conversion. You don't have to do it yourself. Hey, Captain Q. Evening, J-Hawk.
Sorry, I was off frequency. Go ahead, Air France 19014.
No, it's just the fifth time. Contact 131.1, goodbye.
131.1, sorry, Air France 1914.
Right, just update the cruise level to 330.
3660, reduce speed 250 knots.
So, fix info page. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Well, I was going to clear that out. I'm actually going to put in Lima, Fox, Romeo, Sierra, runway 21, isn't it?
Beeline 3668, from present position, direct waypoint R-roll, speed 250 knots.
Just put a 9-mile radius around that because that's then 3,000 feet for the arrival.
And radar contact lost.
Radar contact lost. You don't hear that very often.
Speed 250 knots, Beeline 3668.
Beeline 3668, correct, and make your speed 250 knots, please.
250 knots.
Sounds like there's
Beeline 3668.
uninvited guests in that guy's flight deck.
3668, contact Brussels 1311, goodbye.
Hey Christos, good evening from Zurich, hope you're well.
Française 04, contactez de Gaulle approche 121 150, au revoir.
So you guys in the chat talking about biscuits and dunking them. Right, I'm going to gross you all out now. Do you know what I used to love as a kid? I could still do this now, actually.
Starting to 250 knots, Easyjet 47 Bravo Kilo, confirm we can
a nice glass
the altitude restriction at Fox
of dilute orange
Easyjet 56 Alpha Delta, same for you, reduce speed 250 knots.
A ginger nut. biscuit.
25 knots, 2 jet 56 Alpha Delta.
Hold it in long enough
Control, hello.
so it absorbs a bit of the orange, and then suck it.
700 Charlie, Paris, bonsoir, descend flight level 160, leveled by VAVOT.
Descending 160, leveled by VAVOT, FX Charlie.
Paris control on top of descent, beeline 663.
Beeline 663,
Awesome taste.
The requirement is beacon 220, so you can maintain.
Tell ya. I knew it wasn't going to get downgrade in the chat, but I don't mind sharing with you guys.
French Vegas 0 Foxtrot Golf, bonsoir, Keper 9 Whiskey, descendez niveau 150, stable Neri.
Right, let's not hang about. I'll let you digest that, so to speak. And let's just set up the box for the arrival.
2 jet 56 Alpha Delta, report your indicated airspeed to frequency 121.150, de Gaulle approach, goodbye.
121.150 with the airspeed 2 jet 56 Alpha Delta, thank you, sir, good night.
So, IRS-21.
Kilo, report your restriction, which is the speed 250 knots to frequency 121.
I don't know which one they want us to do, but I think IRS-21 this will be the one they presumably want us to fly, if ATC are online. If not, that's the one we will do anyway.
Ground 39 Charlie, ready for continued climb.
So, IRS-21,
for higher contact,
speed 180.
Goodbye.
Contact Brest 155, thank you, bye-bye, Ground 39
So
Charlie.
that.
Beeline 663, reduce
NTS.
50 knots, contact Brussels 1311, goodbye.
Reduce speed to 20 knot and contact
Fox Romeo Sierra runway 21, 232 miles away.
Just to confirm, speed 250 knots.
Costing us a 4 pop back in, and we'll get some weather in a moment.
2676, contactez de Gaulle approche 121 150, au revoir.
Let's do a landing calculation.
Paris contrôle, bonsoir, François 43 Alpha Romeo niveau 130.
François 43 Alpha Romeo, Paris, bonsoir, montez niveau 290.
So,
niveau 290, François Alpha Romeo.
Runway is dry.
Paris control, bonsoir, 364 Charlie, flight level 290.
Landing weight is going to be what?
64 Charlie, Paris, bonsoir, identify
58, sorry, 59, 60.2, it's going to be 61, isn't it?
64...
So landing weight of 61, auto brake low, flaps 3, perfect. Section flight plan, copy that, and then in the performance page then, let's get the weather in. So, scribble this down, QNH is 1013, that was the same as it was earlier on. It's cab, okay, temperature is 19 degrees, winds 202, sorry, 260 at 6. And cab okay. Perfect conditions. 1013, temperature 19. What are our minimums then based on that? So, minimums of 530.
Air Fox 79 Charlie, report your restriction to Brussels 131.1, goodbye.
With restrictions to Brussels 131.1, FX Charlie, bye-bye.
Box is set up. Bit of high level cloud here, but they did say there were some isolated CBs around. How are we doing with the temperature? It's below minus 40, so I don't need to worry about anti-ice, but only just. Right, what time we're looking to get in? That's not bad, about 12 minutes past 9. UTC time.
Volotaire 1493, contactez Suisse Radar, fréquence 134, décimale 600.
134 600, volontaire 1496. Merci beaucoup, monsieur. Bonne soirée. Ciao.
Bonne soirée. Ciao, ciao. Swiss 64 Charlie, you may proceed direct waypoint Urelo, descend flight level 110 to
See if we can pick up any 80s for...
Descend 110 to Urelo, direct Urelo.
for our destination. Frequency 12692.
Landing runway 21, then swap takeoff 21. This is Strasbourg, executive exposure recorded at 200, departure towards Sierra. Landing runway...
French Baguette 0 Foxtrot Golf, contactez de Gaulle approche 121 150, au revoir.
I'm picking up two different 80s there. I heard runway 21 mentioned, so that sounds positive. Pedro, do I eat dinner during the night stream? No. You don't want to listen to that.
France Soleil 43 Alpha Romeo, dès que vous avez passé un certain niveau, ce sera la prochaine fréquence, affirmatif.
Autant pour moi, merci, France Soleil 43 Fourbeau.
Alpine 328 Lima, contact Bordeaux, frequency 125.1, goodbye.
125.1, thank you for the service tonight, Alpine 328 Lima, good night.
I say 456, descend, flight level 350 to reach Lusar when ready.
350 to reach Lusar. 131.125 and nice number Charlie, thank you very much, bye bye. 35, contactez Marseille Control, 124 décimales 650, merci, bonne nuit.
Bordeaux Control, good evening, Alpine 328 Lima, flight level 330, and we're just overhead seeking.
Alpine 328 Lima, Bordeaux Control, bonsoir, et intensified. Alpine 364 Lima, back in the cockpit. Welcome back.
Annie's song says, are you sure everything doesn't just taste like chicken? Ew, but hedgehog does. No, Annie, I'm not going to ask. Chris Hogg. Wow, what an incredibly generous donation. Chris, that is incredible. A £20 super chat. Chris, you've been a supporter of this channel for ages, and love having you in here. And hopefully keeping you entertained as well. Thank you for those really kind words as well, Chris. But honestly, that is an amazingly generous donation. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. And I'm really glad that I've come on now to do a second flight today, Chris, because I know you weren't around earlier on during our rotation stream earlier on this afternoon. So great that you're able to catch us tonight, Chris. And of course, thank you for your channel membership as well, mate. Really amazing of you. Thank you. DLA 497, do I still use the same video settings like I end the video? I do indeed, yeah.
Sorry, did you say direct to Binko?
Right, so now we're on the new frequency. Let's quickly do the arrival brief. So, well, Nantes is 2606. Winds are pretty fine then, aren't they? This cab okay, 19 degrees, QNH is 1013. Aircraft is still behaving itself, I haven't broken anything. No NOTAMs either, threats to be aware of. Nothing really in Nantes. It's a really nice airport to fly into. The other real threat is an offset approach by 12 degrees, so you'll see that actually it looks like we're nowhere near aligned with the runway. So this is a really fun approach to do. Nice and scenic over the city as well. So you guys can check out the views while I concentrate on flying. But yeah, that's the biggest threat of this. It's just the offset approach, which is why you need some good visuals, some 2.5 kilometer sort of. 3 kilometers sort of visibility in order to do this approach, because it is offset, which means we get the autopilot knocked off when we're happy, and we get to hand fly our way in on this approach. It doesn't happen too often, so that's good fun. So, I believe, from what I just got a little bit there on the ATIS, we need to listen to that ATIS. Can we just, are we a bit closer now? Can we pick that out? Let's just see.
Temperature 19, 2.15. QNH 1013, this is Strasbourg Airline initial recorded at 3008
No, I'm still picking up Strasbourg. We might have to listen to that when we are a little bit closer. But I'm pretty certain runway 21 is in use, and it's the RMP approach. So yeah, we're expecting the RMP approach. Sorry, RNAV approach. It's not an RMP. It's an RNAV approach for runway 21, a Lugden 1 Delta arrival. That brings us in obviously from Lugden, takes us to Laroque, and then from Laroque, the initial approach would be 398, 400, IRS 21, and then we're on to the final approach from there, where our platform altitude is 3,000 feet. Now it's a descent angle of 3.1. All of the arrivals that we've been doing recently are slightly steeper than the normal 3 degrees, aren't they? Like Southend was the other day. But today it's 3.1. I'll fly that obviously using final approach mode. There were no speed constraints on that. We can do this as normal. We can do this as a usual decelerated approach. It doesn't have to be stabilized. You know, we're going to start heading down. We're going to start heading down. It's nearly 9 miles away, so that's plenty of time. We've already briefed. We're going to do auto brake low, and then once we're on the ground, we can vacate. Hopefully via Bravo Alpha if we need to go to the end, but Bravo should be fine. Then taxiing back, and obviously parking as and where they want us to go.
Thank you.
So we've got the transition altitude 5,000 feet, platform's 3,000. So say MSAs we're coming in is 2,100 feet. We've got our minimums there as 530 as well. Let's just have a look at the elevation. That is 90, ILS track 220, and we've sorry, not ILS, but the final approach track is 220. Let's talk about the go around in a moment, but first, before we do that, let's just confirm what we've got that in the box. We've checked the coding of it; it's all fine. ILS, sorry, RNAV runway 21.
Proceed direct to PPAX.
Just checked all GPS data is working. That's fine. We obviously need that for an RNAV approach.
Please say again the waypoint for
all
American
fine.
723.
American 90723 direct to
Radnav, we've got choose Nantes VOR,
Echo, Papa,
just so we know where that is.
Thank you. From present position, proceed
It is pretty close to the field, not quite on it. As we're coming in, it's just to the right.
723.
The box is set up there. QNH is 1013. Winds are 260 at 6. We should probably fill that out. There we go. Transition altitude is 5,000 feet. Config 3 landing. Minimum is 530. VAP is 140. And we've got a landing weight of, we've just checked that, landing weight of 61, and a secondary flight plan, copy that. Okay, so that's the brief, that's how we're going to do it. If you want to know how we're going to approach the configure, the idea will be green dot at 400, flaps 1 at 21, and flaps 2 as we hit our 3,000 platform altitude before we start to go down. So yeah, I want flaps 2 before we start to go down. Going to need that because of a slightly steeper approach, just to make sure that we've got, you know, we're nicely configured and we can get the gear down, etc. for the landing. Go around then is climbing out straight from the Mr. Point to 410, and then it's right turn to Normie, climb to 4,000 feet. And once again, just touching on the fact that the final approach track is 12 degrees offset from the runway centre. Hey Chris Shaw, good evening. Now, any more information on this ATIS?
Expected departure, Fort Sierra 23, transition level 50, wind 260 degrees. 6 knots. Departures 8 clouds combo. Temperature 19. Transition 2.15. QNH1013. At 6 knots. Confirm on initial cloud combo. You have received information, Juliet. Temperature 2.16. QNH1013. This is Nantes Atlantique information, Juliet, recorded at 2000 UTC. Landing runway 21.
There we
Takeoff 21. Expected approach RMP.
Bordeaux Control, Ryanair 32.
Got everything we needed from that. We've got the approach, we've got the ATIS information. Have I done a visual on single engine taxi? I don't think so. We've done it plenty of times on live stream. I don't think I've actually done a video on it.
07 Delta Mike pour cibler la descente de 5000 pieds, le QNH 10-14.
Pour cibler 5000 pieds, le QNH 10-14 Easyjet 07 Delta Mike.
Right, I wish the weather radar was working. Could be flying through all sorts here, couldn't we? Liana, your housemate, I can see the chat has just descended into food. My housemate thought I was mad with a bacon pancake. He now doesn't want pancakes without bacon now. I've never tried that. Dark Fury, chocolate cake, custard warmed up with whipped cream. Yuck. Just give me a cheesecake. Don't make it fancy. Elliot says, my strangest experience eating in another country was being given a steak menu when you had breakfast at Tiffany's in Chicago. That sounds like my kind of breakfast, Elliot.
Ryanair 32X Hotel.
Ryanair 32X Hotel, go ahead.
Yeah, Ryanair 32X Hotel, due to weather, is it possible to climb to flight level 390?
Ryanair 32X Hotel approved to climb to level 390.
Andy asking about the new weather-less Navigraph.
Ryanair 39X Hotel.
I have only really just updated to this new Navigraph.
Pour ces 43 Alpha Romeo, direct Biarritz.
I don't even know how to get off this. Do I close that? Oh, there we go.
43 Alpha Romeo. 43 Alpha Romeo, je confirme bien Biarritz, Bravo, Tango, Zulu.
So yeah, there's the new weather look.
Zulu, temps pour moi, France avec 43 Alpha Romeo.
Thankfully, quite nice for us today. Christopher Shaw, you're coming in. Why all the food talk? I have no idea, Christopher. I've been concentrating on flying. It's these guys. They want to talk about food. I was talking about dunking a ginger biscuit into dilute orange earlier, though. That may have set a few people off. And yeah, I'm using the new Navigraph charts. Why not? Still not a fan. I'm looking around for what I need to press to find the information I actually want. But there we go. And then I've seen the Metals view as well. Liana, no, I haven't. Mind you, I don't mind not seeing those. I prefer to get the Metals through, you know, through the box and things like that. It feels a bit more realistic. Although I can understand how it's quite useful as a single pilot if you need to get it quickly. Subsonic, good evening. Does it overlay Sigmet charts as well, Liana? That could be quite useful. 5.6 Destroyer, I've not had any problems with my CCA side stick. It's continuing to work beautifully. So just get a bit of alternate information. Bordeaux and is it Lima Fox Romeo November? I think. I honestly can't remember now. Hang on. Where was the alternates? Where was our alternate? Yeah, Romeo November. I'll send those off. See what that's like. Oh, Simone, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Kamano, you're off to Boston from Manchester. That is a great flight. That was one of my favourite transatlantic flights I used to do years ago when when starting on Microsoft Flight Simulator. The first transatlantic flight I ever did on VATSIM was Manchester to Boston. And there was ATC when I left, nothing over the ocean, but ATC when I arrived, and it was I was very new to VATSIM. I just thought it was amazing that there was a guy with an American accent controlling me. It was like, oh my god, this is real.
370, we've got a bit of turbulence up ahead.
Bordeaux, town in Cumulus, tempo showers of rain 3000, and few CPs and town in Cumulus as well. Okay, Bordeaux looks interesting. Rennes, however,
40 wider radar.
looks better.
Yeah.
And that's our prime and alternate anyway. Still sat in this cloud layer. Top of descent now is about 70 miles away.
Information off Navigas and you weather things.
Navigas is getting also.
Barry says, following this chat completely made me mess up my takeoff. Whoops. Commander says, got full ATC on the way out. Looks like you have full ATC on the way in as well. Well, depending how far you are, though, Commander, that could be 7 hours away, yeah?
Bottom control, bonjour, Viking 1018, flight level 390.
Viking 1018, bottom control, bonsoir, identified.
Do you guys know about my salt and vinegar chipstick fetish? Have I told you about that before? Absolutely love them. Barry, you didn't follow the rule of not descending during takeoff. I hope there was no terrain around.
Viking 1018, proceed direct to Narak.
Atlanta, have I mentioned that? I know I've mentioned poke scratchings, but...
Viking 1018.
Yeah. Salt and vinegar chipsticks. I swear I'm going to die of a heart attack in years to come.
07 Delta Mike, on poursuit la descente 2500 pieds.
On poursuit la descente 2500 pieds, Easy 07 Delta Mike. Et bordeaux control, bonsoir monsieur, French 115 Charlie with you, flight level 2.
Barry, let's just say the people from Warsaw have now seen an Embraer really close up.
110 Charlie, bordeaux control, bonsoir, c'est Cook 1000.
Not as close as the people in Portugal have seen a CRJ really close up. Angus, my weakness is cheese and onion hula hoops. I could never get on with cheese and onion, and I could never get on with plain. Two flavours I really can't stand.
Fenix 057, sorry, contact press 125.5, bye bye.
125.5, thanks for your service, Phoenix 057.
I think that's our next frequency as well, 1255, so we'll go and set that. Oh! Don't tune to it, just pop that in.
Kilo recorded at 2030 UTC. Landing runway 21. Takeoff 21. Expected approach RNP. Expected departure is 4 Sierra. Transition level 60. Wind 250 degrees. 3 knots. Clouds cover. Temperature 18. 2.15. QNH 1014. Confirm on initial contact that you have received information Kilo.
Okay, so we've now got the latest ATIS information. Wind's 250 at 3, so it has changed a little bit. We did say the wind was going to drop, and that is exactly what is happening.
Et 07 Delta Mike, autorisé ILS, piste 27.
Autorisé ILS, pardon, autorisé ILS 27, Easy 07 Delta Mike.
And the QNH still 1014 now.
Photo, good day. 2Jet 145, flight level 370.
2Jet 155, border control, bonsoir, identified.
So Commander, you're doing the transatlantic in a Virgin flight, Virgin 526. Is that the real world call sign? Lana, dry roasted peanuts is something you basically have permanently in stock. Do you know what I did discover a long time ago, but I've not found them for a while, and that was honey roasted peanuts. Oh, I could just sit and get diabetes drinking those. They are awesome. And yes, I do mean drinking those, because I'm really... I'm one of these people that I don't like sticky fingers, basically, and bits on my fingers. So with crisps, I'll usually just pour them into my mouth. With peanuts, I'll put them in a glass and sort of drink them out of the glass, just to keep my fingers clean. I hate greasy fingers and such.
American 972.
Wear gloves.
Control 125, decimal 5, bye-bye.
Roger, Paris control at 125.5. American 9723. Thank you. Bye bye.
Annie Song says, Vancouver Market in Staffordshire used to have a stall serving hot pork and stuffing rolls. That sounds amazing. Come on, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that.
Level 350 and overhead Alpha Mike Bravo. Ryanair 66 Quebec Hotel. Bord de contrôle, bonsoir, identified.
Liana, yeah, then you get greasy gloves.
Ryanair 07 Papa Romeo, Bordeaux, contrôle, bonsoir, on est avec vous à 14 pieds.
Guys, I think I've just realised I've spent more time with you. Yeah, I've definitely spent more time with you today than I have my family and kids. I might need a day off tomorrow. Smoking the noggin. Chopsticks are the way forward. Can you imagine trying to eat peanuts with chopsticks? I've got no chance. Pack Andrew, how long is transatlantic from Manchester? About 7.5 hours.
X-ray hotel, ready for descent in 11 miles.
Leanna, would I roll over and show you my tummy if it got free poke scratchings for life? Probably. Over now to 125.5. Thanks for the service. Line 328 Lima. Bye bye.
Bye now.
9 Whiskey arrival. American 9723.
Z23 Quebec Premier, contact London 129.425. Good evening.
London 129.425 Z23 Quebec Romeo. Thanks, good evening.
Press control, good evening. Alpine 328 Lima, flight level 330, and we are inbound to Bar.
Alpine 328 Lima, Brest, bonsoir. Cleared Lugan 1 Delta arrival, descent level 240.
Cleared for the Lugan 1 Delta arrival and descend now, flight level 240, Alpine 328 Lima. And descent 240 blue. Adam, you just heard us on VATSIM, lead frequency 125.1. Yep, we're now on to breast control, I think. Pete, I've heard about the new Concorde announced in Paris today. Really? I have not. I'll tell you, I've spent most of my time flying with you guys today than reading any news. Daz Higgy says, hi, I've been enjoying the streams recently, currently using Xbox for just ordered a gaming PC for the full Microsoft Flight Sim effect, trying to pick up as many tips as I can. Oh, Daz, that is awesome. You are going to find a completely different and more immersive experience, I'm sure.
Quebec 05 Saturn descent level 70.
Descent flight level 70, Phoenix J57.
Right, I am going to keep that speed up. Andrew, you stayed up all night to play GTA 5, never again. We've all done that. Anis, I'm glad you're enjoying the hours of streaming put in today. Elliot, in other news, my statistic on the radio today was a quarter of children that live in a large town or city have never seen what? A CD? A DVD? I'm thinking now everything's moving onto streaming platforms. I was going to say cassette, but that might be a bit too old. I bet there's more than a quarter never seen a cassette. P 2027 estimated certification, 31 orders so far. Company's called Boom. That's not a name I'd give an aircraft. I can think of better names. Oh my god, Barry, how did you get that? A cow? Was that a random guess? Let's get anti-ice on. We are going to be descending through a thin cloud layer and temperature's starting to drop. Barry, how the heck did you get that?
On descend à 250, on est à 280 actuellement, KM 103.
63 reçu, de vitesse 222 pour séquencement.
That was a very lucky random guess, Barry.
222 pour séquencement.
It almost sounded like you were taking the Michael.
Fenix 0570, disregard speed restriction, maintain 250 knots for sequencing.
Maintain 250 knots for sequencing, Phoenix 057.
Chris Hogmate, good night, and once again, thank you so much for your support, Chris. That really is incredibly generous. Hope you come back and check out the arrival tomorrow. I may be having a day off tomorrow, Chris. So I will see you on the next one. Good night, mate. Mr. Train Dude, arrival time should be at the top of the stream if it's working correctly. Oh, Annie Songle at sea, Sensible World of Soccer. That was my first football game. It was awesome. Might not have been my first one, but it was brilliant, wasn't it?
Clear there and approach runway 21.
Touchdown 3,000 feet, QNH 1014, clear for the RMP 21, Phoenix 057.
Alpine 328 Lima, you can expect the RMP runway 21, descent level 140.
Expect the RMP for runway 21 and descent flight level 140, Alpine 328 Lima. 140 Blue. Now we just said RMP, didn't we? I just need to double check. Is there an RMP approach? Oh, it is RMP. So yeah, okay. So this is where there's a slight difference. There's an RNAV approach, but RMP final approach. So yeah, that's fine. That is what we're doing.
Good evening.
129F425 for Alpaca 5 November Whiskey, thanks for the service.
Get one Mike Lima back.
Welcome back.
Annie, I'm older than I sound. I don't know whether to be insulted or complimented, Annie. ATZ Swede, good evening, mate. Oh, thank you so much. Says great stream as usual, ATZ Swede. Fantastic. Thank you for your support. If you're on our Discord, mate, I don't. Are you a VATSIM controller in Sweden? If so, you're gonna have to get in touch with me. We'll arrange a fly-in for you. Come and pay you a visit. But thank you, very generous of you to support us. Really do appreciate that. Right, we're now on profile. Loving that moon. I used to play a game with my dad as a kid. I was probably only about 8 or 9. That was on the Amiga. I can't find it anywhere, and I'd love to play it again now. Obviously, I don't have an Amiga. I think my dad might do, still up in his attic.
Channel 7 Yankee Romeo, possible could get further
It was a game called Return to Earth.
Descent on Unicomb 122-8. Have a good evening.
Yeah, it was called Return to Earth, and I always remember the opening credits of it opened with the riff from Michael Jackson's Thriller. Stuck in my mind, that has. Elliot, you can play Return to Earth via an online emulator. Elliot, do you know who you're talking to? You've just said things that might as well actually be pronounced like a French city. What? I told you, I'm a technophobe. I have no idea what these things are. I've seen emulators and stuff like that, and I've never managed to get anything like that to work. Pack Andrew, can anyone remember Chuckle Egg? I don't remember that.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, you may have noticed that we have just begun our final descent into our destination. If you could now assist the cabin crew by tidying up your tray table and handing them any litter as they come around, that would be most appreciated. For safety reasons, we ask now that you please turn off all electronic devices.
Fenix 057, wind is 25 degrees 3 knots, runway 21, you are clear to land.
Toilets are now out.
21, fix your Basel.
If you wish to become a Easyjet sim pilot,
Et KLM 63, la vitesse est libre.
Facile 15.3, merci.
to assist you.
Alpine 328 Lima, turn right, heading 010, descend to flight level 70.
Turn right, heading 010 and descend flight level 70, Alpine 328 Lima.
Fraction 426, Foxtrot, contact Paris 128.1, good evening.
70 Blue, we're in heading mode and VS23.
Bonsoir.
So just keeping the speed up basically to see if we can get in as quick as we can. Tell you what else I used to play on the Amiga. I used to play A320. Guess what that was? Written by a Lufthansa pilot, I believe. Hey Elk Chocolate, how you doing? 3 flights in one day. I was about to say no, we did 2, but no, you're right, yeah, we did the return earlier. Barry, your game computer at the time had 46 kilobytes of RAM. Your phone now has 6 gigabytes. It's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, today have some great offer in our flight magazine. These can be found in the back pocket of the seat in front of you. These items offer you tax-free savings, with many items not available anywhere else and exclusive to you during your flight today. Our cabin crew will be around shortly to also offer you the chance to purchase airline
GE Kuzlu, fly southwest. You've lost me already. They don't fly Airbus.
Thank you for your support of this channel. Mesdames et messieurs, profitez dès aujourd'hui des économies et offres fantastiques de notre magazine de bord. Celui-ci se trouve dans la poche arrière du siège devant vous. Ces idées de shopping et ces cadeaux vous offrent des économies hors taxes, avec de nombreux articles qui ne sont disponibles nulle part ailleurs et qui vous sont exclusifs pendant votre vol aujourd'hui. Notre personnel de cabine sera bientôt là pour vous offrir également la possibilité d'acheter des billets de loterie aérienne. Il y a une chance de
ATC 3, yeah, definitely. Drop us, have to drop us a message and we'll definitely look at setting that up.
Bonsoir, FS Control, voici Liberia 31 Zulu Yankee.
31 Zulu Yankee, Brest, bonsoir. Malheureusement, la fréquence va bientôt fermer. Vous pouvez continuer sur une comme 102 décimales 8. Passez une très bonne soirée.
Liberia 31 Zulu Yankee, d'accord. Merci.
Thrust idle open descent.
Control.
Looking forward to a bit of hand flying for our landing today. Bit of a visual approach.
Fenix A320, welcome to Nantes. Taxi layer Romeo to gate at your discretion. Have a good evening.
Taxi 2 Dave, great gate of discretion, thank you for service tonight, Phoenix 057.
KLM 63, le vent 250 degrés 3 nœuds, piste 21, autorisé atterrissage.
Autorisé atterrissage, KLM 63.
So we're just starting to monitor things. What we got? Just under 3 tons of fuel out of tank, fuel transfer.
Alpine 328 Lima,
Crossfeed is working.
proceed direct to Romeo Sierra 400, descend 3000 feet, connect 1014.
Direct Romeo Sierra 400 and descend altitude 3000 feet, QNH 1014, Alpine 328 Lima. Sorry, Alpine 328 Lima, confirm, was it 3000 or 4000?
3000.
3000, thank you, Alpine 328 Lima. Thought it would be, that's the platform altitude, but wanted to check. 3000 blue, let's run that speed back as well.
Jet 1 Mike Lima, you are leaving modular space motor Unicom 122.8. Have a good evening, bye bye.
Unicom 4 from Jet 1 Mike Lima, thank you, bye bye.
And now direct RS400.
Unicom 122.8. Have a good evening.
Motor Unicom 122.8. Thank you for service.
Subsonic, do I use rudder pedals? Yes, definitely. Changes your flight sim experience. Much easier for handling both ground and crosswind landings and takeoffs. Right, that's 10,000 feet then, so get the signs on, lights on, approach phase is activated, approach checklist bar FQNH is 1014, seatbelts are on, minimums 530, auto brake low, EFB is stowed. Subsonic, I use the Thrustmaster Pendula, is it the TPR ones? Sam Video, do I always activate the approach phase at 10,000 feet? Usually, yes, yeah. Because I'm in selected speed anyway, so... We're going to start slowing down now, actually.
Alpine 328 Lima, preceding traffic is at touchdown. You are clear to approach runway 21 and submit a Unicom 122.8. Have a good evening.
Clear now for the final approach onto runway 21 and we'll head over to Unicom. Thanks so much. 122.8. Good night, Alpine 328 Lima.
The all station frequency is now closing and all motor Unicom 122.8. Have a good evening. Bye bye.
Right, let's start slowing it down, getting the flaps out, setting ourselves up to configure. Fine, so I use self-loading cargo for all the cabin announcements. So at FRS21, that is the point where we start to head down. Flaps 1, speeds check, flaps 1. Just looking to see if we're actually going to be able to get down 3,000 feet. What we got, another 3,500 feet to go. Let's throw some spoilers out. Yeah, we do need to get down pretty quick sharp. Might need to throw that landing gear out to help actually. Well, looking pretty high at the minute. So, flaps 2, speeds checked, flaps 2. Get the landing gear down as well. Now, of course, if we're happy and visual, then I'll take it. There's our runway. Approach nav green, alt final blue. Final approach mode. Oh, perfect, made it. Nantes approach Alpine 328 Lima is on the RMP approach runway 21 at 8 miles. So that's how offset this approach is. This approach altitude 4,000 feet is now set. Manage speed, flaps 3, speeds checked, flaps 3. $12 offset approach. So now we're happy with VMC, we can see everything. We're going to disconnect the autopilot and we're going to bring her in. Autopilot disconnected, I have control. Landing checklist. Cabin is secured. Going at altitude 4,000 feet is set. And ECA memo. Landing. No blue. That's where sometimes you just need to manipulate the viewpoint a little bit. Remember, it's a 3.1 degree approach path, so it might be coming in a little quicker than the norm. Pack Andrew, is it normal to disconnect autopilot? Oh, definitely on an approach like this. Autopilot can't bring you in. Just drop below that profile a little bit there, you can see we've got 3 reds, 1 right. It's still okay. Bit of wind from the right.
Above. 500.
Stable.
Minimum.
Continue. So, a bit of a crosswind from the right, so left rudder needed with a bit of a right aileron to balance that out as we come in. Picture looks fine.
50, 40,
Too
30,
low, terrain.
20, retard.
Decel, reverse green. Manual brakes. What landing rate did it give us?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now arrived at our destination. The crew will now commence preparing the aircraft for the boarding. Can passenger please remain in your seat with your seatbelt fastened until
No paperwork for that landing. Look, the load report isn't printing. We're fine. 443. That's fine. Not quite sure where the too low terrain came in. That did make me wonder if the landing gear was down though. Thankfully it was.
Nous sommes maintenant arrivés à destination. L'équipage va maintenant commencer à préparer l'avion pour le débarquement. Les passagers peuvent-ils s'il vous plaît rester dans vos sièges, avec vos ceintures de sécurité attachées jusqu'à ce que le capitaine éteigne les panneaux de ceinture de sécurité. Vous pouvez maintenant allumer vos téléphones et appareils électroniques. Merci d'avoir choisi de voyager avec nous aujourd'hui, et veuillez envisager de devenir membre de la chaîne pour bénéficier d'avantages supplémentaires sur vos futurs vols avec nous. Merci et nous espérons que vous apprécierez le reste de votre journée.
So your landing gear is a lot stronger than I think people give it credit for, but when you start getting towards 550, 600 and above, then that's when you're probably going to need a bit of an inspection, and your load report's going to come out. But yeah, that was a let's call it a solid landing, but it certainly wasn't sort of overly harsh or dangerous. It's not going to make the cabin bins open up. Anyway, welcome to Nantes, guys. I was chatting to my mother and father-in-law the other day. They just got back off holiday. They flew into Leeds, Bradford, and where we were today actually, and they they landed with the worst landing apparently they said they'd ever experienced. They bounced down the runway, all the cabin bins came open, women screamed, men offered expletives. So yeah. Pack Andrew, see you on the next one. I've been very lucky in every flight I've ever done. I've never experienced a really bad landing. Right, GSX, where we're going to go. If gate 4 is available, we'll go with that. Chris Shaw, I did mean in real life. I've never experienced a terrible landing in real life. I'm not on about Vega. Quiet dark. Leanna says they've experienced one. I was filming out of the window at Malaga. The landing was so hard it made him drop his phone. That's not what you expect, I guess. Chris, sorry, Dark, you have picked something easier this time. Yeah, haven't you picked something like, you want Dubai, don't you, this time, I think? Right, so, just checking, where are we headed now? Suddenly a 747 has apparently spawned in. Oh, I see. It's one of them, is it? Right, well, we shall take this gate instead then to Alpha. Didn't look like 2 Alpha was a possibility for us. We're going to Alpha. That keeps us away from the Korean Air. Ignore the marshal. I am. There we go. Parking brakes set. Right then, guys. APU's up and running. So, who's opened my door? Before shutting the... oh, goodness me. Can't do that. Right, engine 1, 2 shut down. Captain be going nuts in real life if someone came and did that. Seatbelt signs off. Beacon light is off. Now you can approach the aircraft. Fuel pumps off. And transponder set to standby. 2000. Done. Wonderful. Well, there we go, guys. Oh, 3 flights in one day. It has indeed been a long time. Do you know what? I don't think we've ever done that before. We had the return. 2 streams in one day. We've done that before. But 3 flights in one day? No. I don't think we've ever done that before. So, there you go. First time for everything. Free this parking from AI. Change facility. I don't know. I was going to see if it probably just doesn't recognise this parking spot. Never mind. Anyways, thank you so much. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have indeed, then please do remember to hit that like button as you vacate the aircraft. Sorry about the landing. It was fine. It was safe, and that's all that matters. So a huge thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in tonight. As always, our Easyjet SimPilot channel members, legends, the lot of you, and of course to those of you as well who have donated with super chats and for gift memberships as well. Absolutely amazing support. Thank you so much. Honestly, I don't know how much time we spent live today, but that has been that has been a great day. 2 very different flights. So I am going to leave you with several alarms problems as we take a look at the landing, and hopefully
Terrain
that door
ahead.
will shut itself.
Pull up.
There we go. Go away. Yeah, I'm going to leave you with this beautiful view from the flight deck, from the not from the flight deck, sorry, from the window seats. Thank you so much, everyone. I shall see you all next time. Look forward to chatting with you all on Discord very soon. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.